Hey guys, Jeffries here, and welcome back to You Don't Win Anything with Kids. And it's the start of a brand new season, and I'm really excited about this. I'm really looking forward to getting down to the nitty gritty and getting back into the old swing of things. Now, before we get too involved with what's been going on in the present and in the future, I would like to take a look at our squad for the new season. So we have assigned squad numbers as well, so that's good. Means we are ready definitely for the new season. In terms of departures, I'm trying to think who left. George Baldock's left. He's gone to Portsmouth. We sold him for £250,000, which is quite a lot really for a League 2 team. Even though Portsmouth are in League 1 now. The fact that they can afford that amount of money after what's happened to them recently says something to me. Other departures, I can't think of anyone else who's actually left thinking about it. In terms of arrivals, Sam Manton. Now, who remembers this fella? He signed for our Jeffries United team last year, Football Manager 2014. Did really well for us. This year, he's on less wages, which is good. We also signed him for less money, which is also good. He seems to play in a wider range of positions this year, and his stats seem to be slightly better. So I'm looking forward to bringing him into the first team. I've given him the number 14, which is the number he had for us last year as well, so hopefully, that's a good omen. Other players who've stayed, Lovenkrands is still on the books. Wes Thomas is still here, but I am actually looking to shift him. So let's see if I can... I've said all along that I'm looking to get rid of him. Torquay want him, but he doesn't seem interested in going there, which is a bit of a shame. We do have a few injuries as well. As you can see, McNamee, Blackburn, McConnor, Drewson, Spence. Key players injured. And the reason I include Blackburn on that list is he has actually been starting in a lot of our pre-season friendlies. And he even grabbed a goal for us in our first pre-season match, which I was really pleased to see. In terms of pre-season, we've had a good and bad pre-season, as most teams do, I imagine. Won a few games, lost a few games. I think we drew one or two as well. I'm not going to show you those results right now, because there's quite a few pre-season friendlies that we actually played this season, so I don't want to take up too much time going through all that. What I am going to do is introduce the first game of the season. Now, it's an early kickoff, and it's away to Stevenage of all teams. Now, for those of you who know me, I am a huge Stevenage fan. I go to as many games as I possibly can. I am a season ticket holder. I've been to Wembley 3 times with them. I've been to... Where have I been to? Milton Keynes, Accrington, you name it. I've been there pretty much. So it's fair to say that this... I'm a bit conflicted. Once I can get the words out. I'm a bit conflicted about this game. Because I want to play well, and I want us to win, but at the same time I don't want to win by too much, because Stevenage are my team. So it is a real tricky one. I'm currently looking for... Let's see, O'Connell is Silver Star still. Townley is... Yeah, he's Gold Star. So let's bring him into the senior squad. Any other youth players I could bring through? None really that I can think of. Ray Rhodes was one of our standouts from a couple of years ago. Apart from that, I don't think there is anyone really. Not at this stage. Maybe in the near future. Simon Isaac is a fairly good one. Jamie Woods. Peter Wilson is still there for some reason. I suppose it's because he's not over 18 yet. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Stevenage are my team, so it would be good if we could win, but not by too much. That's what I meant to say. Something else which is good about being in the Football League now is we get 7 subs instead of 5, so that gives us a bit more versatility. Where are... my goalkeepers gone? Where have they gone? There's King, injured. There's O'Brien, that's who I was looking for. We have unfortunately lost Quintaka. He is still technically on trial with us. I managed to get him on trial. But in terms of signing him, it doesn't look likely. He agreed terms, but we couldn't get a work permit. I have appealed it, so you never know, fingers crossed. But at the moment, it doesn't look good. Which is a shame, because he wanted to sign, we wanted to keep him. It's just a shame that we couldn't sort out the bureaucracy involved. Who am I looking for? I'm looking for Kirch. I can't seem to... Oh, there he is. We want Kirch playing there. And then left back we want Jones, who's a bit unhappy at the moment because I rejected a couple of bids for him. But he'll get over it. Right back we want Villa. Midfield. Now I was going to put Bobo in, but as you can see he's looking a bit tired. So I think Douglas Pringle, he's also generated a bit of interest recently. Some reason my director of football tried to swap him for Ty Browning from Everton, and they rejected the deal, which I wasn't entirely surprised at. But what I was surprised at was the fact that my director of football thought that was a good deal. Maybe it is a good deal, who knows? As far as I'm concerned, though, I would say any Premier League youth player is better than what we've got at this stage. That could, of course, change in the near future. But right now, I'm pretty sure that that's how it is. Who am I looking for now? Beckholder's a bit tired, so I don't really want to risk him. Bobo's in the same boat. We don't actually have a right winger that we can play right now. So I suppose one of the options is either to play Bobo or to play Ortega there and play him out of position, or even put a striker over on the right hand side. But then it's a question of who. I think Francois in the hole would be a good choice, and I'm very tempted to play Smith up front, but he is only rated 2 stars. But then we haven't really got anybody else. I'll play Ortega on the left, and screw it, Bobo on the right. And then up front, I was going to play Spence, but he's injured. He's also now got the number 9 shirt rather than the 35 he had last season. With the disappearance of Kramer, we could give away the number 9 shirt. It's going to have to be Smith. He's our only fit striker. That's a pain. That is a massive pain. At least the bench is easier to pick. Townley as the goalkeeper. Grounds, who has joined us now, thankfully. Driver, McNair, Beckhold, wherever he's gone. There he is. Akame, and Lovenkrands. It's a weak bench, but it's a pretty strong starting lineup, so hopefully one cancels out the other. We're going to have to give Townley a squad number. He actually wants the number 1, but I gave that to O'Connell. So I suppose we could give him number 41. It's kind of the next best thing. Right, results. What are we looking for? Good, strong performance. Get out the blocks nice and early. Attack Stevenage from the get-go. And basically just try and score. I'd rather talk about the 11 players, because Rogic still hasn't got a work permit. I've sprung a few surprises. Yeah, that one, I think. Most suits the idea of injuries. Now, the Stevenage squad, it's very, very different to the one I'm used to seeing. The only player there really... Oh, there's 3 players there who I recognise in the starting lineup, and they are Ryan Johnson, Charlie Lee and Dean Parrott. For those of you who've watched my the basic series, you know that I like Johnson a lot. I think he's a very, very good young defender. Other players who I do recognise not from Stevenage are Apaya, Jervis, Randall, Facey, Clark, Jean-Francois, he signed for my Fleetwood team last year. Tyler Redding, Rory Deacon, Rodell Gordon, and Jack Dunn, I think his name is. Is it Jack Dunn? Yes. I do remember him, I just can't remember who he plays for at the moment. Apart from that, though, it's a bit of an unknown quantity. There's a few players there who I'm surprised are playing for Stevenage. I also wonder where the Stevenage first team is at the moment, if they've replaced nearly all of them. I'll have to look that up off camera after this episode, I think, because I'm intrigued. I'm also kicking myself slightly that we didn't choose a formation to match them. And it's kind of not too late to change the formation at this stage. We can go to a... technically it's a 5-3-2, but it's more of a 3-5-2, the way we set up to play it. That is more than possible. We can do that. It'll take a little bit of adapting for a couple of our players, but no, they are trained in 3 formations, and that is one of them. So who knows? If things aren't going well for us in the first half, then in the second half we might switch over to that. We can always move Francois up front alongside Smith. Maybe even move Ortega up front alongside Smith, and then the rest of the team pretty much falls into the formation quite easily. The only difficulty I think we'd have is we might have to bring on another centre-back. But Jones and Villa can play the wing-back roles perfectly. Douglas Pringle will probably be the player sacrificed. I know I'm planning a little far ahead at the moment. When you get things like that, at the moment, given as offside, Facey's header. But if that had gone in, we'd have been looking at a very different story. You can see though, 4 Stevenage players offside there. I'm torn between saying good defending or bad attacking. I'd like to say good defending though. Stevens was holding his line quite nicely there. He has kept the armband for the season. He will be our captain. Delamond has resumed the vice captaincy. Again, the only reason he's not playing in this match is because of injury. Might have to review my fitness coaching if we keep getting players injured, because that's not ideal in any situation. And I think the last bit of pre-season news I have for you guys is the disappearance of Gosling Sports Village again, or Sports Park I think it's called on here. We're ground sharing with Watford, of all teams right now, Vicarage Road, due to more expansion work going on at our usual home, which of course is Gosling. It's for 8 months, but that started back in June, so we should be finished February time, which is about the same as it was last season, so it's not too bad. And Vicarage Road is a more realistic stadium than places like the Den or White Hart Lane or Stamford Bridge, stadiums that we have had to share in the past. So I'm glad that, and it's quite local as well, so I'm more glad of that. I mean, even though Watford is still a half an hour drive from Welwyn Garden City, it is still a lot closer. So that's pretty good, I suppose. Although I would have preferred to ground share with Stevenage still, for the proper realism. But you can't have it all. Right, Ortega on the ball. Tries to play in Smith. He does get there. Harold Smith, our former top scorer, has fallen by the wayside a little bit over the last 12 months. Was once the subject of a bid from Arsenal. Now he can't even break into our first team. So, oh how the mighty have fallen. He did try to force through a move, refused to sign a new contract with us. Borderline went on strike, and at the last minute made a U-turn. And again, if it wasn't for the offside flag, he'd have scored there for us. I think he scored a couple of goals for us last season. Not many though. Like I say though, he didn't really get much of a shout, and it's kind of my fault. I was more interested in using players like Peter Wilson, Spence, obviously he was our top scorer last season with 22 goals. And just keeping the goal scoring form going really. Sort of made me forget about him. Kramer's gone now, so there is a place in our squad. Smith is sticking around. I plan on keeping Smith for as long as possible. So, so if he's making chances for himself like that, and if Beckhold carries on playing him in like that, then I see no reason why that should change. If anything, it's a good thing. Right, Manton out wide to Beckhold. Can't get the cross in again. We are starting to contain Stevenage a lot better. I hold my breath on this corner though, and that's why. Kwesi Appiah with the goal. The first goal of the League 2 season, and unfortunately it's for Stevenage and it's against us. I had to say it, didn't I? At that exact moment I had to say that we were holding our own. O'Brien too far off his line, no one covering the near post like they should have been. Poor goal to concede. Very poor goal. We have a couple of minutes still to ponder what's happened in this first half. Smith winning the header there well. Out to Bobo. Forward to Smith. Couldn't quite pick him out. Kirch tried to make a challenge. Appiah got away from him. Feeds Jervis. He shoots a long way wide. Via a deflection, according to the referee. So it is a corner. And having just watched us concede from a corner, I'm not really looking forward to this one. Stevens does do well there to get it away though. I noticed we had players on the posts that time. So I wonder where they'd gone before. Very, very strange. So that is half time, and we are 1-0 down. And I am tempted to change the formation, like I was saying. So let's have a look at that, shall we? So it'll be this formation we swap to. The change I would make is... Actually, those three can stay where they are. Ortega can stay where he is. I think the change I'm going to make is bring on McNair for Bobo. And move Stevens into the centre. Because Bobo was looking a bit fatigued. He's down to 72%. The rest of the team are looking okay. Beckhold is the only other real worry. But we've got... well, actually, we haven't got any... Okay, let me change that. Let's not bring on McNair. Let's bring on Grounds for Bobo. And we'll move Stevens into the middle. Oh no, we'll move Grounds into the middle, actually. We'll keep Stevens on the right-hand side. Because then we've got McNair as a substitute midfielder if we need him. That'll probably be best for us. So that's two subs we've made already. We've only just reached half-time. Hopefully it works out for us, though. Beckhold playing an accidental 1-2, let's say, with Douglas Pringle. Found Smith, who again shot just over the bar. If he's making chances and if he's getting chances, then I'm not too worried. It's when the chances dry up and he doesn't get the shot away. That's when I start panicking. Until that happens, though, I'm fairly happy with his performance. He has to get back into the swing of it, shake off the rust, you know. It's not easy. Right, Douglas Pringle out on this left-hand side. Finds Jones. Has a chance to run. Plays it inside to Douglas Pringle instead. Cross to Manton. Forward to Ortega. He's being forced backwards. Manton lofts it forwards to Douglas Pringle. He hits it at goal. Good save by Turner. And that is a corner, which I believe Beckhold will take. Yes, he will. Swings it into the centre. Johnson with the header out. Manton chases and gets it. Plays it across to Grounds. Out to Douglas Pringle. A few triangles being built here. Ortega on the ball now. Not a good effort from him. That one was pretty poor. Actually, there was... Oh, Smith's injured. Let's see if he has to come off. Yes, he does. Okay. I was about to make a tactical change, swap Smith with Ortega, but now it looks like I'm going to have to bring Smith off. So our only option really is to bring on Lovenkrands up front, which I didn't really want to do. He was only really there as cover. Now it looks like he's having to play. And that's further added to our injury problems, which is not good news. And our next match is actually a Capital One Cup game against Yeovil. So it's really not good news that we've got virtually our entire strike force out injured. That is not a good sign for us. Hopefully, though, we can get something out of this game still. O'Brien forced to palm it over the top. Charlie Lee now with the corner. Swings it in. O'Brien this time did get his hands to it and got it out. Beckhold with the chance to break. Got Lovenkrands ahead of him. Beckhold managed to pick up the pieces there, find Douglas Pringle. Now it's poor from him. Now Apaya with the chance. That was done with the shot and it's just wide. That was a heart in mouth moment. Stevens and Manton are both looking tired out there, but we've made 3 subs now, so there's not really much I can do about that. They're supposed to be training for fitness, so I don't really know why they're all tired. I've given them rests during pre-season. Maybe it is just pre-season still being shaken off. That's poor from Jones. Needs to do better than that from there. Villa with a chance to do something better from the opposite side. Crosses it in. Turner on the near post with the catch. We've got 2 minutes left to try and save this match. 2 minutes. Turner boots it forward. Stevens with a commanding header. Ortega flicks it down to Manton, into Beckhold. Through for Douglas Pringle, forward to Ortega. Round the corner to Lovenkrands. Out wide to Villa. This is a good attack. Cross from Villa. Jones at the far post. And that is 1-1. Great volley. Fantastically played. virtually one-touch football the entire way till it was played out to Villa. Good vision from Lovenkrands, good vision from Villa as well to pick out Jones. That wasn't an overhit cross, that was deliberately aimed at him. And that is 1-1. Hopefully now we can see the game out at 1-1. Although Dunn has escaped the clutches of Villa. Stevens is closing him down, so is Villa. Gets past both of them, crosses behind for a goal kick. And that is the end of the match. So it's disappointing that we've suffered 3 injuries in that game. It's also disappointing that we went a goal down and had to recover. But we did recover and we drew. Hopefully the injuries aren't too serious. Let me see if I can just check that in the inbox now. Because if they are serious, then we are stuffed. Because in terms of strikers, we haven't got anybody left. So I'm just waiting for this to load up. As you can see, Capital One Cup against Yeovil is our next match. So we'll be looking to do well in that game. I think I will record that match. It depends how injured our players are. Well, Jones isn't leaving after that goal. He's certainly not going to Man City. Alright, Jean-Francois out for 3 weeks, or I could give him an injection to get through the game. I think I'm going to have to give him the injection, you know. Because we need players to come through. So I'm going to have to give Francois an injection. There's Mantum making his debut for us. Appreciating Jones's goal, and then the league kicking off. And that basically does it for this episode, guys. Come back next time, I will show the Oval game, I've just decided. So until then, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subbed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and until next time, I will see you soon.